It is May 16th of 2026, and this is the Court Gallery. Today's cases are a wild ride from start to finish. We kick things off with a defendant on parole who's not just accused of coming at someone with a knife, but also threatening to have them ended if they ever call the police. The judge's reaction is swift. Then, we watched a man get offered the plea deal of a lifetime, 5 felonies dropped for 2 misdemeanors, but he'd rather risk it all over a neighborhood dispute involving a baseball bat. And we wrap it all up with the most wholesome courtroom hazing you'll ever see, as a brand new law intern gets a warm welcome from a judge who's heard it all. You won't want to miss a minute, ladies and gentlemen. It all starts right now.
Thank you. Person at the jail, please state your name for the record.
Chase Fowl.
All right, this is case number 26-1740-FY, the people of the state of Michigan versus Chase Nevin Fowl. Mr. Fowl, did you have the opportunity to meet with somebody from the public defender's office today?
Yes, sir.
And it looks like you also met with somebody from Community Corrections and gave them some contact information. Was that information accurate?
Yes, sir.
I have a complaint that alleges that on or about May 10th, 2026, in the city of Manton of Wexford County, also if the assault happened in a place of confinement, it could be sentenced to consecutive sentencing. Additionally, the people have charged you as a habitual offender third, meaning that you have at least 2 either attempted or completed felonies in your past. That makes that 4-year felony an 8-year felony, and the 5-year felony a 10-year felony. Do you understand those charges and the potential penalties?
Yes, Your Honor.
Today, do you plan to hire an attorney, represent yourself, or request the appointment of
Public defender.
All right, the court will make a referral to the public defender's office for the appointment of an attorney, and it does appear that the defendant is currently on parole until June of this year for a possession charge, and there was a fail to appear of the 3rd B District Court from 25. The praxis scores him at a risk level of 4. He reports 1 fail to appear. He says that was a long time ago, so I don't know if we're talking about the same one. And he also admits to use within the last couple of days. Praxis scores him at a 4. Mr. Johnson, comment regarding that?
Thank you, Your Honor. I had the opportunity to speak with Chase earlier this morning. He expressed to me that he is currently taking HVAC and construction management classes at NMC in Traverse City, and that he is currently living with his mother in her apartment complex in Manton, and that she has resided there for that he's resided there for about 3 years since he was released on parole, and that he's been living in this general area for roughly 10 years. As you mentioned, he is off parole in a little over 3 weeks in June. I don't believe he has any interest in running. Obviously, he faces severe penalties if he fails to complete parole successfully. He has expressed to me that he, if need be, if there was a no contact order with the alleged victim, he could abide by that without issue. He is concerned that the no contact order extends to the location as well. I'm not sure if that's something that we were planning on doing, but if it does, there are potential problems he might have because he expressed that he could stay with his uncle. Unfortunately, they live in the same apartment complex. I'm not sure if that would be different apartments, but same complex. So I don't know how that would be, if that would be sufficient to abide by the no contact order or not. But he said if it was not, he would also be open to the shelter in order to make sure he abides by that. I know he has a checkered past. He's forthright and honest with me about his struggles with addiction, and that he's trying his best to stay clean. We would respectfully request a PR bond. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you know, does he have, I'm assuming there's a parole hold, but do you know if there is? All right. Thank you.
There is a parole. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Ms. Dahl?
People are seriously concerned with this situation. The defendant has multiple prior assault convictions, specifically domestic violence. He's habitual offender pure defense now. He's facing a significant amount of prison time. He does have prior failure to appear. So I believe he is a flight risk. I also believe that he is a danger to the community. In this case, I believe it is alleged that he punched the victim, the alleged victim in the ribs and hit her on the leg and came at her with a knife. With regards to likelihood of conviction, there was an independent witness that saw him coming into the room where the victim was with a knife, even though he stated in the police report that he was trying to take the knife away from her because he believed she was going to hurt herself. So it's contradictory to his statements. Additionally, there were signs of injury. There was a bruise on the victim's ribs and red mark on her leg. So I believe there is a likelihood of conviction in this case. Additionally, what is concerning is in the police report, there's a statement made by the victim that he has threatened to have people kill her if she ever called the police. So the statements, the police report are very concerning to the people. I believe he's a danger to the public. And specifically the victim. I would ask for a high amount of bond, at least $25,000 cash surety, no contact with the victim or her residence, no weapons or firearms. I believe a GPS tether would also be appropriate considering he was on parole and is alleged to have committed serious felonies while on parole, and the types of statements that were made with regards to her being killed if she called the police. So those are the people's requests.
Do you know? Go ahead.
And drug testing.
Thank you. The address here listed, is that the old motel that's been converted to apartments? Does anybody know?
Yeah, it is.
All right. Thank you.
It's across from the North Side restaurant, kind of like the same parking lot.
Just north of it.
Yes.
All right. All right. The court does find that Mr. Fowle presents both more so as a threat to the community, maybe not as much of a flight risk, but Mr. Fowle, as a condition of your bond, you are to appear as ordered, to keep your contact information current, not leave the state without permission, and to commit no new crimes. I'm also ordering that you not consume any illegal controlled substances, no recreational marijuana, and you'll be subject to random testing for that. No contact with Elizabeth Miller. No contact means no contact in any kind, not by phone, text, email, social media, or anybody acting on your behalf. Nor are you to be at the address of 421 North Michigan Avenue. Not just her apartment, but that entire complex. You're not to purchase or possess any firearms or weapons, not to act any threatening, intimidating, harassing behavior. If you do bond out, you are to be on GPS tether house arrest. I find that all that is appropriate given the allegations presented to the court today. bond will be set in this case at $50,000 cash surety. Ms. Dole, anything else you'd like to see in a pretrial release order?
Not at this time.
Mr. Shantz?
No, you're right.
All right, thank you. Next to Raymond.
All right, we're back for our afternoon calendar. We had 5 preliminary examinations scheduled for this afternoon. We took 1 waiver. A couple of cases had to be adjourned because of unavailability of a witness. And 1 was adjourned because a new attorney appeared. So that leaves us with People versus Dustin Allen Wired. Mr. Wired is here with his attorney, Mr. Ross Truckee. Let me get this squared away here and make a record. I met you last week, but let's identify you again for the record. Are you Dustin Allen Wired?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wired, you're here with your lawyer, Mr. Ross Truckee. The file number in this matter is 26647FY. You're charged with assault with a dangerous weapon. It's alleged that you made an assault upon Noah Dooley with a dangerous weapon, to wit, a baseball bat. That qualifies as a dangerous weapon. That's a felony. It's punishable by up to 4 years in prison and a fine of up to $2,000. Count 2 alleges that you made a similar assault on Mackenzie Brigham with a wooden baseball bat. It's a felony punishable by up to 4 years in prison as well. You're also charged with 2 counts of resisting and obstructing a police officer. Officer Cole Lusby of the Centerville Constantine Police Department, and David Loza, also with Centerville Constantine Police Department. And Hunter Bowersox of the Michigan State Police. So there's 3 R&O charges. Those are felonies punishable by up to 2 years in prison. Chief Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Garrett Gabriel is here, and he was here last week at the pre-exam conference. There was a plea offer made at that time, and I'm going to reiterate it here.
Your Honor, there's been a different plea offer made based on conversations.
Okay.
I'm going to put that on the record.
All right. So we had a plea offer last week. What's the plea offer at this time?
Your Honor, after speaking with victims, Mr. Dooley, as well as Officer Dave Loza, we were extended to Mr. Weird an opportunity to enter a plea of guilty to attempted resisting and obstructing a police officer, 1 count, and 1 count of disorderly person disturbing the peace as far as the assault with dangerous weapons. So we dismissed both of those counts as well as the other 2 R&Os for a plea to the 2 misdemeanors.
All right, that did change the offer. All right. As we discussed last week, those are felony cases and serious ones. Felonious assaults punishable by up to 4 years in prison. Disturbing the peace is a completely different type of offense. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Doesn't matter who was right or wrong or who started it. Was there a quarrel, argument, or disturbance in a public place? There are 3 counts of resisting and obstructing a police officer, which are felonies. Prosecutors agreed to dismiss all 3 of those charges for a plea to 1 misdemeanor charge of attempting to resist or obstruct a police officer. Judge McManus, who was back there, who was the judge here for many years, here's to say, even if a police officer's wrong, he's right. And under that theory, sometimes people end up being charged with resisting and obstructing a police officer. I don't know any of the facts, so they've offered to dismiss all 5 felony charges, including 2 serious assault charges and 3 R&Os, or 2 misdemeanor pleas. Mr. Truckee, what's the defendant's position here?
I've relayed that offer and Mr. Wired has declined to accept today.
All
If the
right.
court would like to make a record with Mr. Wired directly on that point, I would appreciate it.
All right, I would. I was a little surprised I don't know any of the facts, Mr. Wired.
Right.
But it's a big way down from 2 counts of felonious assault to a count of disturbing the peace. that doesn't even matter who started it. Was there some sort of ruckus? Resisting and obstructing, as I said, isn't very hard to prove. Now, this hearing today is called a preliminary examination. A preliminary examination is a hearing. You don't get found guilty or not guilty at a preliminary examination. The prosecutor has the burden of establishing beyond a preponderance, or excuse me, a probable cause standard, which is even less, to believe that a crime was committed and you did it. And if that occurs and the court finds that there is probable cause, binds the matter over to circuit court. That's an old term. They used to take the files and bind them up with red string, carry them upstairs. It goes to circuit court, in which case the prosecutor withdraws all plea offers, and you're going to ride the rapids on 5 felony charges. So I was a little surprised last week, but you were quite certain in your demeanor and delivery that that's what you wanted to do. I just want to make sure that you're not jumping off a cliff here that you might later regret. If you do plead to this charge, I won't sentence you today. I would get some more information rather than shoot from the hip on these 2 misdemeanor charges. But that's the status of the case. And Mr. Gabriel, you reiterate, if the matter's bound over, there's no further plea negotiation.
That's correct, Your Honor. We'll get our circuit court trial date and we'll proceed. And unfortunately, that'll have a lot of felonies on this young man's record.
All right, Mr. Wired, I don't know what else to say. It's up to you. You're a man of your own mind. But that's the status. You got these misdemeanor offers. If you enter a plea, I won't sentence you today. We'll get more information. Felonies will go away. So is that what you wish to do, or you still wish to have the preliminary examination?
I'm not accepting it.
All right, well, that was.
And I want body cams of that day because that'll show I did not resist. I was in my house when they got there.
Well, don't say anything yet.
We'll proceed with the preliminary examination and the evidence will come in as it comes in, Mr. Ward.
All right, like I said, you were pretty certain on your position. Defendant rejects all plea offers. All right, are the people ready to proceed?
We are, Your Honor.
Or could I have a tablet? We probably should sequester the witnesses. That's a circumstance where the witnesses are compelled to wait outside until it's their opportunity to testify. Yeah, if you want to have all right, Mr. Gabriel, who's your first witness?
Your Honor, we're going to call Noah Dooley. I'm going to identify Officer Loza as my investigating officer.
All right, Officer Loza may remain. I'd ask that Officer Lusby wait outside. Anybody else?
Just approach the judge.
I'm right over here. This is a bit of an odd circumstance, but that's the witness box right over there. You have to kind of circle around. We're going to use this chair.
You need to be here. Okay.
All right, the first thing I need to do is swear you in.
Okay.
Would you please raise your right hand? State your name for the record.
Noah Stephen Dooley.
You swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief.
I do.
Well, that's great. Where I've got him seated in the witness box is directly between you and the camera. So it's a nice view of the back of your head. So it's not your fault.
Give me a slide over.
Yeah, why don't you slide over?
I keep I'll be over here. I just can't
No,
see
you're
if I'm sitting.
That's good. That's a good spot. Yes. What? Well, you did. I moved it, but that's the way we did it last time. But I think it was Abby or somebody that was much shorter. All right, Mr. Gabriel.
All right, sir, again, could you state your name for the record and spell your last name?
No, it's Stephen Dooley, last name Dooley.
Okay, and back last Saturday, Saturday, April 11th of 2026, where were you living?
325 Westboro Street, Federal, Michigan.
And do you still live there now?
I do. We have accepted offer on the home yesterday.
Okay, when you mentioned we, who else lives there with you?
I live there with my girlfriend, and we're going to play. I have a owner.
Okay, how long have you lived there?
You purchased it. It's closed January 31st, 2025. So we had to move in maybe February 1st, February 2nd, so 16 months or so.
All right, and while you've been living there, have you come to know a person by the name of Dustin Allen Wild?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, and how is it that you knew him?
He was my courtroom.
All right, and you see him present in the courtroom today?
Yeah.
Could you point him out, describe what he has on for the record?
He's right there wearing a Puma polo.
Okay, Your Honor, could the record reflect identification? Okay. Prior to that April 11th date, you and Mr. Wired had any interaction?
We interacted here and there, just kind of as neighbors, I suppose. Said hi to them, and like they were on the other side of where they were to their games, but probably in February 2025, when we first started living there, and then just from there, it was hi here and there, and talked to his daughter a few times, smaller, probably elementary school. Her daughter I talked to, it was always fine. We talked in March about got calls as well, like he was telling us kind of how what was the next day, like casual.
Okay, let me get some bearings in my head here. So you live on Burr Oak, that street runs east and west,
Yes,
and your house is on the south side or the north side?
I'm not, it's West Burrow Street,
Pardon me?
West Burrow Street, so
Right.
I guess I'm not sure.
Okay, so, okay, the south side would be the side heading towards the pool.
We are heading towards Three Rivers,
Okay,
which is the whole street, I guess, but
right. What I'm trying to get a handle is what side of the street are you on? The north side, which would be the side closest to 86, or the south side, which heads back towards the school?
I would think the north side. I mean, it's very close to right here. I'm not great
Okay,
directionally.
so let me try this now. You know where the funeral home is
I do.
on Burrow? Are you on the same side of the street as the funeral home or the opposite side?
I get what you're saying now. We are on the same side of the street as the funeral home.
And Mr. Weird's house is on the same side as you?
Yes, I understand what you're saying now. Yes,
Is he-
both of our houses are on the same side as the funeral home.
Is he closer to the funeral home or further away from the funeral home?
Closer to the funeral home.
Okay, so now I have an idea in my mind where he lives. Never had any bad interaction with him? Any complaints, anything like that, or you got into any kind of an argument?
No.
Okay, now I want to call your attention to April 11th of 2026.
Yep.
Around, looks like 10 o'clock at night or something, close to 11.
Yes.
Were you and your girlfriend present at the home at that time?
Yes.
Anything had been going on earlier that Saturday evening that involved Mr. Wire?
No.
Something happened then that caused you to ultimately call the police, is that correct?
Correct.
You call 911.
Correct.
Can you tell the court what happened leading up to that call?
Yes, I was playing PlayStation with my friends at my desk in the living room. I had it on right around 10:50.
Slow down a little bit because, just slow down.
And I had on around 10:50, 10:55. I was done playing for the night pretty much at about the same time as I took my headset off. Again, it said she heard shouting coming from that direction. I said, I heard was shouting, was followed up by a banging. Kind of loud banging, kind of sound like wolfing coming from his driveway. And that house in general. There was one day after I was here, it sounded like it could have been my side. It sounded closer to the other bangs than thought of like that. 2 cars parked on the road street, skirting off. I guess would be the best way to put it. They were kind of in front of the house. And I was really sure to me when I kind of heard that and saw that. I thought maybe some people will.
What do you mean they skirted off?
Like it was a way that they would maybe sped off, but they spun their tire.
All right, so 2 separate cars drove away. Okay.
Yes, I think one might have been a white truck or a red truck, maybe a white or red. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, so they peel off, and that's the skirting noise that it made.
Okay, before you go any further, let me get an idea. As far as you mentioned the driveway, is the driveway between your house and Mr. Wired's house, or is it on the other side of Mr. Wired's house?
We have like 5 feet of grass, maybe 10 feet of grass that's kind of split our properties. But,
Okay.
His driveway is like I have mowed the grass right next to his driveway. It's extremely close right there.
Okay, so it's pretty close to your house.
Yeah, very close. So anyway, I see those cars fly off after they're banging around stuff in the tags. So to me, I'm like, okay, something's going on over there. As if someone just hit his property and they drove up. So I hop out, I ask what's going on.
Pop out meaning what?
So I open my door, and behind me is open my back door. It's typically the door if I can out of for the most part. Open the back door. And that's when he leaves his house and kind of walking around, walks towards the back of his property or the back of his driveway, which goes up to his garage. That's where he entered that. I asked him what's going on. At first, I thought it was that. I figured he heard noise and
Okay, so if I was in your house and I opened that back door and looked out, give me an idea what I would see.
Look to your left, and that's his driveway, that's his property, pretty much just build your whole view. You see Dustin kind of standing next to his truck that's closest to me. So if his driveway is 24 feet wide, he's on the 12-foot side that's closest to my property.
Okay, closest to your property.
Yep.
And when you first see him, what is he doing?
Just kind of stomping around out there. I would say just walking around. Looks like he's sort of vigilant, but yeah, he has a bat in his hand. So
Okay. So he has something in his hand.
Yes.
A baseball bat?
A baseball bat.
Is this a full-length baseball bat like you play baseball with?
Like a full length wooden baseball bat. So I guess he was baseball and he was a wooden bat. Yeah.
What if anything is he doing with that bat?
Well, just kind of tapping it along. Once he started talking, that's kind of when I picked up on it all. Tapping that was agitated.
Tapping it how?
In the hand.
So he's got the bat in one hand and he's tapping it in his other hand?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm
And
not saying this happened for our entire 1 minute interaction within the entire contract. Yes, that is that.
all right. So when you first come out, you first go out, you see him.
Yeah.
That's when he's walking around his own property with the bat,
Yep.
tapping his hand.
Which I totally, that makes sense at the time. It seemed like something was going on over there.
Okay.
Very sharp. I think bottom of it, see who's out there. Obviously see what people are off, but that makes sense.
Okay. So that didn't alarm you at that point in time because there was no attention drawn to you. What happens then?
I asked if they know what's going on. You know, I'm kind of a little elevated as well, or a little nervous, scary, whatever I call it. That was pretty odd. Noise, cars flying around, and just kind of beats me with aggression right there. It just starts. No. I'm sorry. I'm gonna swear. No, fuck that. Let's go. Confused, man. What are you talking about, man? Like, I'm trying to ask you what happened. I heard this part. No, you're not pulling me. This is bullshit. You and your little girl, you move here, you buy a house. I see you looking out the windows. You're not an athletic director. You're not pulling me. Athletic director. You're not an AD. Sorry, that's it. You're not an AD. AD is short for athletic director. That is my profession. was a point of emphasis, I guess.
Okay, does he raise his voice?
I wouldn't say he was screaming. I mean, it's only probably 14 feet from me, maybe 20 at the most. I guess I'm thinking it'd take right into it, and then but he's on the closer side of the driveway to me. So, yeah, I mean, his voice was stirred. He yelling at me, but let's go. I start to say, yeah, I'm not sure I was proud. I'm telling you, I saw her those cars straight away. I heard the banging. I'm trying to see what's going on.
Are you telling him that?
I was trying to, yeah, I was trying to tell him because I wanted him. He seemed like he was agitated with me. I didn't understand. I was kind of trying to see it from the standpoint of, I heard it too. I was just trying to talk to him, and then I think I pretty quick he had a problem with me. So I none of that, and they like, hey, man, I'm just trying to tell you. You know, it's not more like, no, you're not fooling me. Let's go.
Okay, so you mentioned your girl, Mackenzie Claire Brigham.
Yes,
Am I saying that right?
correct.
Who is that?
She is my girlfriend. She is.
Okay, that's fine. That's good enough.
Yeah.
She was there that night.
Yep, she's standing right behind me across the door.
Okay, so at the time that he's banging his or doing whatever with his bat into his hand, saying, let's go, she's right there with you.
Correct.
And how did that make you feel when he said that?
Once I realized, I'm like, yeah, he wants to fight. Like this is, he's angry. He wants to fight. He seems to have a problem with me. So yeah, I mean, I was scared. I certainly felt like he were to charge me. You know, I wasn't sticking out my door very much. So I was going to close it and get away from him. But no, I mean, it was threatening. It was certainly threatening that he's got the bat. I had no protection handy. I didn't think I would have a problem with that door. So
you didn't have any weapons with you?
no, I mean, I could have reached, 8 feet back and pitch it.
Just slow down. You didn't have any weapons on you.
Correct. I did not have any weapons.
You didn't call him any names.
No.
You didn't challenge him.
No.
And you didn't understand why he was threatening you.
Correct. I thought that was odd.
Okay. And you knew your girlfriend. How did she react to this? Did she appear to be laughing it off, or was she worried?
No, she was probably more scared than I was, I would say.
Okay. So at that point in time, you close the door?
Yeah, close the door and lock it.
And what do you then do?
Call 911.
Okay. And then the police come?
Yes, yeah, it took probably 5 minutes maybe. It didn't take very long.
Okay. And you made a statement to the police?
Yeah, I saw them, they kind of parked in front of my house, a couple of them, they walked towards his house, and I wanted to talk to one of them. Yeah, I talked to his dispatcher for a little bit, but I wanted to talk to a guy, and then that's what the plan was for.
Okay, I just want to make sure the police came and the police interviewed you.
Yep, yeah. I was talking to, I should say, there's one officer I was talking to, and my other gentleman that's outside now. He came in with me, his partner went to his house, and took a break in our conversation, so that he could go join them.
When you went back in your house and you called the police, did you observe out the windows or anything where Mr. Wire would have been? Or did you just not?
So after, we went back in the house, and that's when we started to hear noise. That's when we started to hear bang, which was apparently him hitting his own bat on his own truck, which was the truck closest to us. So we did hear that. I didn't really observe that. In the interaction as well, he said something along the lines of, I see you guys are peeking out your windows. So certainly didn't want to peek out my windows after hearing that, but we immediately heard the beating of his own truck and stuff kind of getting happened. Which there was debris in our yard. I think there's still a little bit of debris in our yard. So no, we heard that, but then from there was police really run out was, I'd say, reinforcements that that we tried to observe what was going on and what was going on at that point. Pretty directly involved. So
Okay.
we did not initially start to observe.
Okay. Okay, so just let me ask you, if you're there when the police arrived, do you hear the police ordering him to come out of his home?
Not at first.
Okay, that's all I asked. No, if you didn't hear it, that's all I want to know. Okay.
I heard it later.
Yeah. Okay, so you were there when you did hear police ordering him to come out of the house?
Yes, that was probably 25 minutes after that point when they had a lot of cars cars there and here they were trying to get him out. They were a person.
Let me ask you this then. After you hear the banging on what you believe to be him hitting his truck,
Yeah.
do you see him leave?
No, no.
Okay, so you didn't see him go in the house?
I did not see him go to the house. No.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
This is Mr. Truckee. He represents Mr. Wire. He has questions for you as well, and you're still under oath.
Give you that, and I'll take mine. I don't know if it makes a difference. Star Trek world here. Good afternoon, Mr. Dooley. You're the athletic director at Colon? All right, proud graduate. So we'll jump right into things here. The night of this interaction, did you exit your house?
When it first started going on, I poked my head out, which probably seemed like I had things on my shoulders when we first started talking. Later, after they took him away, I had to go outside. I said, let my dog out.
Right. But during the interaction with Mr. Wire, would you say just your upper torso kind of leaning out the window?
Yeah.
Hey neighbor, what's going on over there?
Correct.
He's tapping the bat in his hand. You testified to that, correct?
Correct.
Did he cock it back to throw it?
No.
Did he take a charge at you?
He did not.
Did he take any steps toward you?
He shortened the gap by walking from his front door, from front of his property over to that area on the sidewalk, so we were originally within 40 feet from me, you know, that gap was close to 15 feet or so.
Okay. And was there any vehicles in the driveway?
Yeah, there was a truck that was pretty out of commission. That was like the closer side to my property. I believe maybe a black Charger might be his as well was in there, but beside that vehicle I saw and later on they tried to one of the
There's a truck in the driveway, you said?
Yeah.
What part of his driveway was it in?
Like the part closest to my property. You can cut his driveway to the side that's closest to my property.
Okay, in the rear of his drive near his garage?
Yes, correct. And the rear of his truck is probably 8 feet from the front of his garage.
Okay. So as you look out your door, you see this whole truck broadside.
Yeah.
And where was Dustin standing in relation to that truck when you had the interaction?
Probably right by the right side of the bumper.
Opposite you? Or
Yes, yeah, that would be the right, yeah, so, you know, we're talking. If, truck bumper, 5 feet wide, and probably side of it furthest to be 3 feet from the side post.
was the truck in between him and you?
He's kind of like bat around the back end of that right side.
Like I am to the table?
Obviously, like the table, yeah. Maybe a little bit more towards the stand, but
To have gotten to you, he'd had to make some moves around that truck?
I mean, you could just start walking probably like you can right now.
Okay. Did he threaten? Did he say anything like I'm going to hit you with this bat, for example? Anything like that?
No, he said let's go a number of times, and then I'm not fooling him, and so was the let's go. I'm not. Say this, let's go.
As an athletic director, I bet you hear kids yell "Let's go" a lot.
Yeah, that was play.
Tom Brady, right? So Mackenzie, she's behind you this whole time. So is she poking out of the house?
No, she wouldn't have really been able to get around me. Oh God, yeah. Very much not.
Right. And at the time you decided, forget about this, you locked the door, right?
Yeah.
And no further interactions with Mr. Wired that night, other than hearing what you suspect was him smashing on his own truck?
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I had no interaction with him. I mean, in my opinion, him smashing his own truck is not even an interaction between him and I. I heard other noises from smashing things apparently at his own house, in his own house. I heard that very clearly, and that was backed up by damage to his house too. So, And I would say as well, the timing of the truck mentioning like that was, to her and I would say that was intimidating as well. Some happened right after he closed the door.
At any point, did you fear that he was able to batter you immediately?
No, I wouldn't say that's correct. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty close to all the way in my house. Could either came up to me after a locked door, or
If a couple intermediate things happened, maybe he could have battered you, correct?
um,
Like he approaches you further, comes through your door, then it would have been a different story.
yeah, that would have been the story, or if I would have just walked outside my house and not just poke my head again. I don't know. I just poke my head because that's how I went about it at the time. For that night, I had no issues with him to where I would have been worried that something like that had happened.
Do you feel that the gap that was between the two of you provided some insulation from an immediate battery?
Certainly, I suppose so. I mean, that's only 4 feet long, and he's 15 feet from me, so in that sense, yeah. I don't think that takes away from, still having that feeling of being threatened. It is, it's your neighbor, you just see what I cleaned it. It's not that far from me, and he knows where I live. He knows where I live and all those things. So yeah, I guess it'd be it. No, but that's just like a full police had police. The distances that pretty clear on that point out there.
Thank you, Mr. Dooley. I don't have any other questions.
Let me make sure I understand this. I think the term close the gap took place.
Yeah.
You were exposed outside your house.
Yeah.
And your girlfriend was right there behind you.
Yeah.
And Mr. Wired is obviously wired up. Something's going on. He's banging the bat, and then he sees you and he starts challenging you. Come on, let's go, let's go. As he's doing that with the bat, he's not joking. He appears angry, and he comes towards you with the bat. Correct?
He walked towards that spot on the bat, then began to say himself.
Coming towards you.
Yeah. He went from the front of his property, which was very far distance from me, about 40 yards at that point to, or 15 feet. So yeah, I mean, that's it. That was very much close. I think,
Okay.
that's kind of the issues that,
So he closes the gap from where he was when he first saw you and you first interacted with him. And he's banging the bat on his hand, telling you, let's go. And he's coming closer to you. And you react how? What do you do?
Again, the first thing I want to do.
No, just what did you do?
I tried to say, hey, you got to finish out. Just listen to me for a second. I was trying to explain.
That's what you said. Did you stay out there or did you close the door to create a barrier between yourself and Mr. White?
After about 30 seconds, 45 seconds of that, I closed the door.
And why did you close the door?
Because I was worried about where to go. I was worried that if I stayed out there, it escalate to a point where it didn't get physical where I had to, or he wouldn't come to me, and I would have no choice but to try to quickly close the door. I mean, and that's the thing, I was being 2 feet, only takes 3 seconds, maybe 2.5 seconds to get there. So if he does charge me, and I have waited that long to see that, and I just open my door, then I would know. So
You closed the door because he was coming towards you with the bat. Is that true or not true?
that's true in the sense that he had behind the truck. He was originally on behind the truck. He walked from where he was to that, and that is when we began to have our interaction.
Okay, I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Anything further for this witness?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You may be excused. You're free to stay and watch the remaining of the proceedings or go on about your business.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm gonna call the whole rest.
You have to kind of twist around here. Good afternoon. Thank you for your patience. Do you swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief? Have a seat and state your name and spell your first and last name for us.
Thank you, Ron. Sir, how are you employed? Okay, I'm gonna ask you to pull yourself a little closer, and my hearing's going, so speak loud in this room, okay? All right, how long have you been a police officer? And have you always been here in Centerville?
Yes.
Okay, and you're ML Coles certified? And what are your particular duties here when you're assigned to Centerville?
Responding calls, patrol the village.
And when you do that, are you in uniform? Similar to what you have on right now? And when you arrive at a location, are you in a marked police car?
Yes.
Okay, I want to call your attention to April 11th of 2026. Did you have occasion to be dispatched to a particular location around 10:30, 10:20 something that evening?
Gary, if I could, I'm concerned the red light is on the witness's microphone. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay, so did you have occasion to be dispatched to a particular location Saturday, April 11th of 2026?
I was.
Where were you dispatched to?
It was. I don't recall the exact address, but it was off of Baroque.
Speak up, please.
I don't remember. I don't recall the exact address, but it was off of Baroque Street in Centerville.
Had you been given any information from dispatch while you were being sent there?
I did. Yes.
What did they tell you?
The information was it's essentially it was a lot of back and forth that we were trying to figure out as we were going, but a possible, there was possible people out in the street with a bat. There was yelling and screaming. There was multiple callers.
Okay, let me back up. So when you get dispatched, they're giving you some kind of an idea what you're walking into, correct?
Correct.
What did they tell you? That there
So
was a neighborhood fight, that there was a shooting, that there was a bank robbery? What did they tell you?
they told us that their original caller stated that there was neighbors possibly fighting, arguing, yelling outside, that kind of thing. They did mention a bat.
Okay. So you went to this location, correct?
Correct.
If you reviewed a police report, would you be able to tell the court the location that you went to?
Yes.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay.
Does that refresh your memory?
Yes.
Location where you sent it?
315 West Baroque Street in Centerville.
That's here in Centerville, Michigan,
It is.
St. Joe County.
Yes.
What did you arrive? What did you see?
We initially made contact. I initially seen neighbors on both sides of the street outside. We got out of our patrol vehicles and made contact with the neighbors on the north side of the roadway that were outside.
Who were those people?
Autumn Baker.
Okay.
She.
Well, I don't even know what she said.
No, I'm just saying at that point, then I turned around and when I looked across the street is when I seen the defendant at his house.
Did you know this person?
Yes.
Does he have a name?
Okay. Yes.
What is it?
Dustin Wired.
How long have you known Dustin Wired?
I've had quite a few interactions with Dustin Wired through policing.
Yeah. So when you see him, you know who he is.
Correct.
Present in the courtroom today?
Yes.
What does he have on?
He's wearing a black shirt.
Okay. When you saw him, would you describe what he was doing?
When I saw him, he was holding a bat in his hand.
How?
He was holding it. He held it and then he would put it in his other hand, and that was the first contact. Like he went like this, and he told me that if I made another step forward, it was going to be death by police.
Okay, so again, because it's what you're saying, I need to have a transcript to show it. So you were showing both hands. One seemed to have an open palm, and the other hand seemed to be gripping something.
Yes.
What would it have been gripping from what you saw?
A wooden baseball bat.
Okay, and how was it being moved?
Initially, it was being moved to transition to the other hand.
Transition or
like,
just
or not
touch?
transition, touched. Sorry.
Okay, so he's hitting the other hand with the bat,
Correct.
his hand.
Correct.
And then you approach him and he actually, says something to you?
Yes, he told me if I took another step onto his property that it was going to be death. I believe death by police officer or death by cop is the term that he used.
Now, at this point in time, had you been given some information that led you to believe he had been doing something with the bat that you had to investigate?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us what happened.
Well, I asked him to put the bat down so I could, investigate further. And he told me he wasn't going to do that.
Where was he when that was happening?
He was on his front porch. He has like an enclosed porch, and he was in the doorway of the enclosed porch. And I was standing a few feet away on the property line.
And-
go ahead.
Go ahead. So you asked him to put the bat down so you could find out what was going on?
Yes, I approached him like normal because again, I have good rapport with him. And this time was different. So when I approached him, he told me, don't come step on his property. Otherwise it's going to be death by cop. I told him to put the bat down so we could talk. And at that point, we kind of went back and forth with putting the bat down. He told me no several times. And at that point is when I requested Officer Loza, that was a house down, respond in so we could de-escalate the situation.
Okay. Now, you've been out in the hallway, you've seen a civilian witness that we called, Mr. Dooley. Did you ever talk to Mr. Dooley in your part of the investigation?
I did not talk to I didn't investigate or I didn't interview him at all throughout
Okay,
the.
right. I want to make sure did Mr. Wired ever put the bat down at your request?
At my request, no.
Okay. So did he remain on that porch, or what happened after you asked him to put the bat down?
Well, Officer Loza arrived. We tried talking to him, reasoning with him to put the bat down. And at a certain point, with him not putting the bat down and knowing his back history, we just left it. I backed off of the scene to let him cool down, to try to see if that would, let himself cool down. While we waited we requested extra officers to assist with, talking or going and de-escalating this at this point.
Okay. So at this point in time, before you decided to step back and try to de-escalate, did he always remain there on that front porch, in that front porch area?
No. So when we backed off, at a certain point, he did go back inside for a brief moment.
Back inside?
Back inside of his residence.
The main part of the house?
Correct. And I could hear windows breaking inside the house. And then shortly after that, he exited again.
Exited what?
He exited the residence back to the front porch again. But it was a brief moment that he was inside. And shortly after, responding units arrived, or the requested backup that we had arrived. And at that point, we all approached trying to tell him to put the bat down.
So he continued to hold the bat even when he came back out onto the porch.
Yes.
Was he doing anything with the bat when he came back out on the porch?
Yes, he smashed a few of the windows out of his, using the bat, of the front enclosed porch area.
You mentioned that you've interacted with Mr. Wired before and you haven't had any particular unique problems. Did he appear to be acting like he normally acts?
No.
In what way?
Typically, I can talk to Mr. Wired and we can usually come to a resolution, calm them down, that kind of thing. To walk up to Mr. Wired and immediately be confronted by death by cop and that kind of thing, it was very odd to me. I also observed while we were sitting there talking and I was waiting on Officer Lowe's to come. He appeared to be talking to somebody in the house at one point in time. I asked him who he was speaking to. So the behavior was not normal.
Okay. Did this come to an end at some point in time?
It did.
And how did it end?
After the requested officers arrived, he was given several commands to put the bat down, come out and talk to us. And then ultimately at the end, he did put the bat down. And he came out to Officer Loza, where he was ultimately placed in restraints.
Okay. Put the bat down where?
He put the bat down on the front porch or the enclosed area.
Okay. And was the bat recovered?
It was.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, once again, this is Mr. Ross Truckee. He's representing the defendant. He also has some questions for you.
Okay, good afternoon, officer.
Good afternoon.
You were the first one on scene that night?
I was.
And first you went to Autumn's house, correct?
Correct.
She was out in the street?
Yes. Well, she was in front of her residence in the grass area.
And then you moved down and you didn't talk to the Dooleys, did you?
I did not.
You just went from Autumn's to Dustin's?
Yes, I went to Dustin's while Officer Loza went to the Dooleys.
Did you ever see Dustin outside?
He was the entire time I seen him, he was in his enclosed porch.
Okay. Was the door closed?
I want to say that the door itself had a busted out window already, like it was missing. And I believe he was talking to me initially through that, but eventually he did open it.
Okay. When you say eventually, do you mean at the end of this interaction?
No.
No. Sometime during your conversation, he's talking to you while standing inside, you're outside, he's talking through this doorway.
Correct. And I believe it was as we stepped back and let him cool down is when he opened it.
Were you able to hear him clearly when he was on his porch or in his porch talking to you?
At some points, yes. Again, he turned around and started talking. I asked him who he was talking to. So there are some points that, I couldn't hear him clearly, but when he was talking face to face to me, yes.
Were you there when he finally was taken into custody?
I was.
Was that without incident? or putting the cuffs on? Did that go okay?
Once he put the bat down and walked down the stairs, it was without incident.
Why were you ordering him out of his house?
We were there to investigate a crime, and I was initially just trying to talk to him, making normal contact because I have, like I said, have had several contacts with him in the past.
Did you ask him about, I want to ask you some questions, things like that?
My concern wasn't the questioning at that point. My concern was the bat and his statements. So I did tell him that I would like to speak with him, just put the bat down. But my concern was the fact that I was told that I was going to have to shoot him and he had a bat in his hand.
Was the statement, come onto my property and it's suicide by cop?
If you take another step, it'll be suicide by cop.
Okay, and where were you standing when you heard that?
I was standing on the public sidewalk.
How far from the public sidewalk to the front porch steps?
Approximately 25 feet.
Can't quite see it from here.
I would say from the edge of this podium to the edge of the railing there.
That'd be an accurate estimate of the distance from the
Approximately.
sidewalk to the
Where
jail
I
cell.
was standing to where he was at, correct.
And you told him it was a lawful command, or how did this play out?
I told him he needed to put the bat down.
How long was it before he came out with the bat down and got arrested?
From the initial contact to putting the bat down, I would say approximately 35 to 40 minutes.
Did you author a report related to this incident?
I didn't.
You did not?
No.
Nothing further. Thank you.
No further questions, Your Honor.
You're on duty right now?
I am on the clock, but not on duty.
Oh, I don't know if you had to go back out and patrol. You're free to go. You're also free to stay and watch the rest of the testimony if you wish.
Okay.
You're excused.
I call Dave Loza.
Thanks, Gary.
You swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true to the best of your knowledge and ability. Thank you. Please have a seat. Spell your first and last name for us.
My name is David Loza, David Loza.
Go ahead.
Sir, how are you employed?
I'm employed with the Village of Constantine.
And what is your job with that village?
I am a patrol officer
How long have you been a patrol officer there?
there, approximately a year and a half to 2 years.
Do you have any law enforcement experience before that position?
Yes, approximately 15 years total.
Okay. And when you're in that position, do you also find yourself called up to Centerville?
Yes, we serve both villages.
Okay, both communities. Do you recall on Saturday, April 11th of this year, whether you were in Constantine or in Centerville?
I don't recall as to where I was at the time of the incident, but ultimately I ended up in Centerville.
Okay, so were you dispatched
Yes, sir.
to that location that you've heard
Yes.
Officer Lesby talk about? And when you arrived there, can you tell the court what you observed in that area?
I arrived there shortly after my partner, Officer Lusby. I observed people out in the yard. One female in particular. I met with her, as well as there was a dispatch note about talking about her father. I briefly spoke with them, and it didn't appear that initially that they were involved. And while we were down near that residence, we could hear yelling and everything down at 315 West Burr Oak, which then led us to review our computer dispatch terminal for additional notes and the callers, and to go down there and investigate further.
Okay. As a result of doing that, did you have occasion to go to the residence that was occupied by a Noah Dooley and his girlfriend?
Yes, I did.
Okay. As you went to that residence, did you happen to see the defendant in this matter, Mr. Wired?
Yes, as initially after leaving he was standing on his front enclosed porch, yelling, as I then went and spoke with the Mr. Dooley.
Tell who he was yelling at?
I have no idea.
Now, you didn't go and have any contact with him at that point in time?
Not initially, no.
You went and spoke to Mr. Dooley?
Correct.
And without going into the specifics of what Mr. Dooley told you, did that cause you to have some interest in talking to Mr. Wired about his use of a baseball bat?
Absolutely.
Okay. And did you go to talk to Mr. Wired about the baseball bat?
Yes, I did.
Tell us what happened.
Well, after talking with Mr. Dooley, I was promptly requested by Officer Lusby because of the manner that Mr. Ward was speaking to Officer Lusby, and as well as he was armed with a baseball bat at the time. So for officer safety, I responded next door and began talking with Mr. Ward. I told him to put the bat down. He refused. He started saying, making, I guess, allegations that did not make sense. Just the words that were coming out, none of it made sense, was really not coherent. And he continued to refuse. And so we gave him some time to, we backed off his house and requested additional officers.
So you requested additional help?
Absolutely.
Why?
I have had encounters with Mr. Weird a few times. He's significantly larger than I am. And so for my officer safety, as well as my partner, I have known that he definitely has a short fuse and a temper. Normally, we've been able to kind of calm him down and get him back to being rational, if you will.
Have you dealt with him when he's been rational?
Absolutely.
Okay. And he didn't appear to be rational at all this time?
Not at all.
Did some of additional officers arrive?
Yes.
One of them being Trooper Hunter Bowersox?
Yes.
And was there another officer, Stark?
No, it would have been Sergeant Hansen from
Sergeant
White
Hansen.
Pigeon.
Okay, Sergeant Hansen. So had you given Mr. Wired any commands or requested of him to do anything?
At that point in time, we had probable cause for an arrest after speaking with Mr. Dooley. So yes, my statements to him were that, he's not free to leave. He's under arrest. He needs to put the bat down. He needs to come outside. He, again, with his allegations that at the time were not making any sense, I offered him that opportunity if he put the bat down and came out. we could discuss and we can look into and investigate whatever else is going on.
So did you do that?
With those commands, I advised him that this was a lawful order.
And were you present when other officers made that request?
Yes,
Would one of them have been Hunter Bowersox?
yes.
And did Mr. Wired respond to any of those requests when they were made?
No, actually, at one point in time, he broke a window out over Trooper Bowersox's head because he didn't like him standing next to his window.
Okay.
Objection, foundation, I'm not aware of this witness's line of sight. I don't know if you can see any of that.
Well, I don't know. There was speculation as to why he did it, but the fact that he did it, I think he's qualified to testify to.
Thank
I'll
you.
note the objection, but it's not.
How did,
The evidence is admitted.
how did it come to an end?
There were multiple officers that continued to give him commands to come on out, put the bat down. He eventually, I then spoke with him I was the last officer to speak with him, and I'm not sure how or why, but at that point in time, he listened to me and he came outside and put the bat down or he put the bat down, then came outside and he was placed in the handcuffs.
Okay. Did you have a conversation with Mr. Wired at that
I
point?
did.
And he'd been given his Miranda rights?
Yes.
Did you talk to him about, what did he tell you as far as being a federal officer and working undercover? Or what general conversation?
Objection, relevance of statements about speculative job things.
Well, I haven't heard of it yet. There's statements of the defendant, which would be admissions.
I don't know that they're contrary to his legal interest if he's just saying things that are nonsense.
Well, certainly does.
Well, it
go
gives
to state of
context to
mind.
the whole circumstance, so I'll note the objection and again. I'll allow the answer.
Thank you.
He made several statements that I thought were odd as to that there was an undercover police truck that was at his house before we arrived because he could hear a police scanner. So there was an undercover, I don't recall if he said detective or just officer that was there prior to our arrival. He made statements that his neighbor is not an AD, which at the time I didn't know what that was, athletic director, and that his neighbor is actually a federal officer. All of these things I thought were rather odd.
Okay. Your Honor, I have no further questions.
All right. Once again, this is Mr. Truckey's opportunity to ask some questions. Still under oath.
Good afternoon, officer.
Afternoon.
How long would you say this interaction took place for?
Which part?
The porch part.
Before or after the additional officers arrived on scene?
Did you write a report about this?
Yes, I did.
Would you like to look at it to refresh your memory about how long you felt this took place for?
Well, I'm aware. No, I don't need to. I'm aware of how long I felt. My question for you is the entire time that we spoke to him while he was on his porch, or when we spoke to him when additional officers arrived?
How long was he refusing commands?
Probably including the break that we gave him, 30, 40 minutes. The initial commands, 30, 40 minutes.
So the second batch.
Probably, I think my report says like 12 minutes, based on, I think that was from my body cam footage.
Okay. So that was 12 minutes once all of the officers were on scene.
Yes.
You had developed probable cause for an arrest at this time?
Yes.
Why didn't you go get him?
Because he was armed with a bat.
Was he in his house?
I believe most of the time, yes.
What was the probable cause for?
The probable cause was he had advanced towards his neighbor, armed with a bat,
What crime had you identified that he had committed?
felonious assault.
How long was the break that you gave Dustin?
I don't recall.
How long was the initial attempt to provide these commands?
Maybe 10 minutes.
So 10 minutes, put the bat down, come outside. 20 minutes, cool off. Maybe he'll chill out on his own. 12 more minutes.
Sounds about right.
Okay.
It took a while for additional officers to arrive on scene.
Did you have eyes on Dustin during your whole time near his front porch?
I would say mostly yes. I had a spotlight on his house to where I could observe him on the porch. Obviously, I was making phone calls and notifications in the meantime.
Can you even use the word, this is a lawful order?
Yes. Or maybe not that. Maybe this is a lawful command, maybe not order. Something in those regards.
Do you have eyes on Trooper Bowersox the whole time?
He was within my line of sight the entire time, I believe.
Okay. Nothing further, thank you.
Really briefly, Mr. Truckey's made some points about timing and things of that nature. Am I correct in the fact that this Miranda statement, the Miranda rights were read to Mr. Wired about 10 minutes after midnight?
That sounds correct.
Okay. So from the initial dispatch and Officer Lusby getting there around 10:30, 10 something, it lasted almost 2 hours before you were able to get him in custody to interview him per Miranda.
If that's what it says in my report, I believe that's accurate.
Thank you. Nothing further, Your Honor. And no further witnesses.
Officer Lozey, you may step down.
Thank you.
Anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Truckey, do you wish to present any evidence?
No evidence.
All right. Argument and motions.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah, at this time, the people would move that defendant be bound over on the charges that are filed in the information. Those include the 2 counts of assault with a dangerous weapon, as well as the 3 counts of resisting a police officer. Court below aware, first of all, that this doesn't require assault due to wound a police officer. It's only to oppose or endanger. It sounds like maybe Honey Bowersox might have been in danger by having a window broken over his head. But both Officer Loza as well as Officer Lusby gave lawful legal commands for this individual to disarm himself, who then responded to Officer Lusby that you keep coming and it'll be suicide by cop. Regarding the felonious assault charges, I think it's clear from the testimony that our witnesses were intimidated by their neighbor's behavior. I also do believe that it's not a physical impossibility for him to have assaulted those individuals. They were the ones that closed the gap and shut the door after the individual came at them with a baseball bat, being tapped or pounded or hit into his hand, challenging Mr. Dooley to come forward. Mr. Dooley did what I hope any citizen would do, and that's A, try to find out what's going on. B, when the guy starts coming at him with the baseball bat, says that's enough, I'm closing the door and I'm calling the police. Felonious assault is to put a person in fear of being battered with a weapon. In this situation, the baseball bat's clearly a weapon, and I think through the testimony of Mr. Dooley as well as the close proximity to his girlfriend that he knows and said was also scared and intimidated. That's what happened in this case. So for purposes of probable cause, I would ask the court to bind over on all 5 counts.
Mr. Truckee.
Thank you, Your Honor. Put on the information or the complaint here. First count is assault with a dangerous weapon on Noah Dooley. You heard Noah Dooley say today, yeah, if he did a couple other things, boy, I'd have been in harm's way. Otherwise, it was general unpleasantness. That does not sustain an assault with a dangerous weapon charge. This was not a pretty situation. We heard the testimony from Mr. Dooley. Here's his banging. He sees these cars peel out of Mr. Wired's driveway. Mr. Wired's at the front of the driveway. Noah pokes his head, upper torso out, says, what's going on out there? Then Mr. Wired comes closer to his neighbor, who asked him a question. Mr. Wired's fired up, says some odd things about, you're not an AD, maybe I think you're a federal agent. I don't know exactly what it was, but it's general unpleasantness and neighbor dispute. It doesn't. Noah Dooley testified about all this, and you heard him. He wasn't in fear of an immediate battery. He didn't believe there was the present ability to carry it out. There was a bat and a general unpleasantness. Count 2 is regarding Mackenzie Bingham. She's not here. She was never outside the house. She also experienced general unpleasantness. I'm sure she was afraid. I would hate to have a neighbor dispute this way, but I don't believe that what Mr. Dooley testified about Mackenzie's positioning, she was ever in a position to be immediately battered. So I don't believe that the 2 assault with dangerous weapons charges have enough there to be bound over. Next, we have the 3 R&O counts. Officer Lusby tells this man who's in his own home and is not a fleeing felon and is not in hot pursuit to drop a bat. Mr. Wired says, get that. I'm in my house. Leave me alone. I'll die by cop if you try to get me. That's the testimony we've heard today. Officer Loza, essentially the same story. I'm in my house. Leave me alone. Officer Loza says they had probable cause to get an arrest. To make an arrest, but they didn't have probable cause to call in to get a warrant, go into the house and grab him up, apparently. He's in his home. He's refusing what the officers refer to as lawful commands. And just because you say it's a lawful command doesn't make it a lawful command. He didn't have to come out. He could have went to bed. That would have been a better choice, probably. Didn't have to talk to him at all. So, you know, the Fourth Amendment's on life support here, but Mr. Wired's in his home. He's doing things that he's entitled to do in his home, including hold a ball bat and not talk to the police or tell the police his opinion on it. So I would ask that, based on the home issue, it's uncontroverted that he's in his enclosed porch, clearly curtilage, clearly his home. The officers even testified he had to come outside so he could arrest him because he's in his home. So for that reason, I'd ask the court to consider the constitutional issues under the Fourth Amendment related to Mr. Wired's conduct or alleged conduct that night and decline to bind over on the resisting officer counts. Thank you.
They legally obtained that.
Any further word, Mr. Gabriel?
Just, Your Honor, the Constitution. This isn't a child's game where, oh, I'm safe now because I'm here. This is a situation in which the man is there, he's challenging the officers. The officers have a right to investigate. Clearly, he could have said, sorry, guys, I'm going to sleep and gone in. Instead, he busts windows, he smashes, he challenges the officers. They have a legitimate right and responsibility to say, come out, put the weapon down. Could they have charged them? Could they have caused all kinds of problems? Sure, they did. They didn't. I think what they did was the right thing. Mr. Wired finally got talked down. It's midnight by now, and he turns himself in. The court heard the testimony of Mr. Dooley. Again, was there the apparent present ability for that individual, Mr. Dooley and his girlfriend, to be assaulted? I contend that there was. Whether a jury would agree or not, I don't know. But again, for probable cause standards, I think they're sufficient.
Some of this is easy and some's not so easy. The 3 resisting and obstructing charges, there's clear probable cause on all 3 officers. The officers get dispatched to this address. They got more than one phone call from different neighbors. There's apparently Miss Baker, and then there's the original caller. And the request is not unreasonable. Put the bat down so I can talk to you. And the defendant was an uncooperative menace.
I am not a menace, Your Honor.
Stop.
I have no records.
Stop. You have a record.
No, I do not. I don't have a record. These would be my first charges. I don't have a record, Your Honor. I'm a football coach. I'm a wrestling coach.
You had a retail fraud charge in 2000.
Okay, that was when I was, what, 18?
Well,
that was-
don't say never. Then you got a bunch of other traffic stuff.
My bad.
So you also got an unpaid traffic ticket from 2025, but yes.
Yeah, I
you
paid
have
a
some
lot of
items.
houses too.
All right. So I didn't ask. I didn't want to step on a landmine somewhere. I don't know if he was drunk, high, or having a mental health episode. But something happened where there was a loud noise, a disturbance. Mr. Dooley stuck his head out the door and never having had any hostility with the guy before, and is met with nothing but hostility and an offer to come fight while he's holding a baseball bat in his hand. So the police officers are lawfully there. Their command is reasonable. Put the bat down so we can come talk. All three officers, Officer Loza, Officer Bowersox, and is there everybody here? Officer Lusby, who's testified here.
Cole
before.
Lusby, right?
So all three counts of resisting obstructing, as Mr. Gabriel said, it doesn't have to be a fight, it just has to be fail to comply with a lawful command. Where we're struggling here is what is the definition of immediate battery? I do not find any threat of immediate battery on a girlfriend. And her name is in the complaint. She would be count 2 of the complaint. She's in the house. She's behind her boyfriend. She's not in a position where she's a subject to immediate battery. The question, and the most difficult question in here, has always been Mr. Dooley's position. And I was listening carefully and struggling to find it in the testimony on direct. Officer Lusby did a pretty good job of describing things, and then Officer Loza and the witness, Mr. Dooley. These houses are close together. They're just down the street, as Mr. Truckee said. You can almost see them from the courthouse. It's Saturday night, 10:30. Nothing's going on. All of a sudden, there's all this. And menace, I think, is a good word. I don't know what was going on, but Mr. Dooley didn't ask for any of this. So he comes outside. You're standing there menacingly with a bat, pumping it in and out of your hand, like in a cartoon or in the movies or something, and say, "Let's go." And he's trying to even figure out what's going on. Don't know who was there earlier, who peeled out in front of your house and took off, but I think that's what precipitated this. You were mad at somebody else. Mr. Dooley was in the wrong place in the wrong time at his own house. Felonious assault contains the condition of assault. Felonious assault brings a weapon into it, and a bat is qualified as a weapon for felonious assault. But the definition of assault also includes a battery. Assault is threatening somebody. Battery is striking them or touching them. And assault is putting somebody in fear of an immediate battery. So the instructions say, to prove this charge, the prosecutor must prove each of these elements beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, as Mr. Gabriel said, whether a jury will find reasonable doubt or not, I don't know. Our standard here today is not reasonable doubt, it's probable cause. So first, that the defendant either attempted to commit a battery, which I don't think you did, upon Stephen Dooley, or did an act that would cause a reasonable person to feel or apprehend an immediate battery. Would this cause an immediate person to fear or an immediate battery? A battery is a forceful, violent, offensive touching of the person, something connected. So I'm listening carefully on the testimony of Mr. Dooley on direct. And then on cross-examination, he pretty much undoes it. I did not feel he was immediately gonna assault me. He's in a 4-foot bat and I'm 15 feet away. I would have had the ability to close the door. Then further, he answered those questions that Mr. Truckee said. If he had done a couple of other things, would he have been able to commit an immediate battery? Yes, meaning he wasn't prepared to commit an immediate battery because he hadn't done those couple of other things yet. So I was struggling for it, but I can't find it. I found it on direct and unfound it during cross-examination. All Mr. Dooley had to do is close the door. So, as Mr. Gabriel said, whether a jury would find a reasonable doubt, I don't know. But at this point, I'm failing to find probable cause. I bind the defendant over on the 3 counts of resisting and obstructing a police officer. I certainly don't understand why Mr. Dooley would want to sell his house. There are conditions that you're not to have any contact with the complaining witness. Do you understand that, Mr. Wire?
We had only spoken one time before this, and that was to ask him if he wanted to buy the golf balls. That is the only time in the whole time frame.
Just don't have any
Well, good.
contact with.
So we'll just continue that pattern.
We'll just not have contact.
All right, then you're also hooked up with community corrections. You're enrolled with the community corrections and they're monitoring your compliance.
Yes.
Are you seeking any mental health treatment?
No, because I don't need it.
All right, as I said, I can't tell whether
That night, they ended up.
Don't say more about, I don't want to compromise your rights by having you say something here that might come back against you later. I'd certainly be interested to hear what your side of the story is, but this wasn't good. It was not good. You're tying up officers all over the county for several hours this night. Your neighbor, who you never had any altercation with, who says hello to your daughter, you're ready to beat him with a baseball bat because you're mad at somebody else.
I
It should
didn't.
be a stop. You should be ashamed of yourself. This matter is bound over to circuit court on the 3 counts of resisting and obstructing a police officer. All bond conditions remain in effect and the plea negotiations are withdrawn and the matter will proceed for a status conference in the circuit court. Mr. Wired, you're good to go.
Yeah, did I understand the 3 counts plus 1 count of felonious?
No counts.
No counts of felonious, okay.
All right.
Stay in touch with me, Dustin.
All right, thank you.
Courthouse case, people versus Khalid. Khalid Ahmed.
Allison, on behalf of New York City, First Attorney Robert APA Jacob Penn.
Good afternoon, Judge Simpson. Robert Mullen on behalf of the defendant to my right. Could you state your name for the record, sir?
Khaled Ahmed.
All right. Okay. What do we do? I guess it's set for an exam, Your Honor. I don't know the date. I have not spoken to the prosecutor. I have received, I don't know, I never say I've received all my discovery because I don't know what all the discovery could be in the case until I speak with the prosecutor. But that being said, whatever this court wants, I'm ready to do, whether it be an exam next week or another PCC.
You've just confused me. All right, so has has the discovery been requested and did you receive some discovery?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Is there other discovery that may not have been?
Your Honor, everything we have was sent over. Tech orders been signed and discovery has been sent. So we start.
All right, are you ready to go to exam then, or you want time to talk to the?
I think it would be appropriate to speak one time to the prosecutor, just so I don't miss anything, Your Honor.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned. Will June 4th work for you, Mr. Wilson?
You said June the 4th?
Yeah.
Great.
June 4th, 2020. I'll set it at 9 a.m. Go get your invite with the block.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Your Honor. Have a good afternoon.
Continue. You do the same.
Thank
you, sir. Court calls the case, People versus Chad Tickner.
Ready, Your Honor.
And then, Your Honor.
I just Joe Simon on behalf of Simon's cases. Oh, I'm sorry.
And they told me what you said in the hallway. It was a little hurtful. Joe Simon on behalf of Mr. Tickner, Your Honor. State your name, Chad.
Chad Tickner. I didn't say all of that.
A little hurtful.
I don't know what it was, but I did say all of that.
They could keep me over there.
No, but it's okay. Finally have a client that's about your height. Hey, all right.
Requesting an adjournment to allow us to find some of the money.
All right. Will the 4th work?
Yes.
Yes.
Probable cause conference, June 4th, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continues.
We're out of here. Everything.
Court calls case People versus Brent Pearson.
Good afternoon, Your Honor, Raymond.
Or person.
Ready, Judge. Torshell Feaster, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Mr. Person, who should be on Zoom. Please state your name for the record, sir.
Paperwork coming late.
I'm here, Brent Allen Person.
Your name?
Brent Allen Person.
Thank you. So why is the paperwork just coming in?
Apologies.
Said earlier.
Mr. Cook and I thought it might have been in the file previously, but just in case it wasn't.
No, it's not Mr. Cook's fault. There's something happening on this side.
Oh, okay. Fair enough, Judge.
Does that happen before today? Who was holding the paper? It was Janaza. Don't look like you don't know. Yes, it was you. Everything was you today.
That's Janaza.
Yeah, that's okay. Everybody knows Janaza.
Oh, she's doing whole.
I have a plea form. Newly added plea form. Indicates the defendant will be, who wrote? You wrote it, didn't you? You wrote it, didn't you? Why do you let Cook write anything? Hold on, I'll. You see it? No, what's it? No, I got. You should. Line 2 police. Misdemeanor. I didn't know what that word was.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. The 93-day offense. Upon the defendant's successful plea to that added count 2, count 1 would be dismissed. Immediate sentence of fines and costs.
Yes, Your Honor.
So whose idea is that?
It was duly reached by both parties. Some context for the court on that. To my understanding, the defendant was recently sentenced to a term of 24 months probation out of the county, where he would be doing therapy 3 times a week, as well as weekly AA and NA meetings, as well as random drug testing. I did not want him on 2 different courts probation, seeing as how all the concerns are addressed in that other court's probation. So that's why people are requesting finding cost sentence. That's why the sentencing judge waiver is not checked. If
yes.
the court grants immediate sentence.
I got you.
And we appreciate Mr. Cook, and we agree that that would be ideal for our client, Your Honor. We ask you to please follow that recommendation.
I think you 2 guys are involved in some conspiracy.
I don't.
That's all I know. All right, sir. Raise your right
Yes, Your
hand. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state your name again, please, sir.
I'm Brent Allen Person.
All right, sir, it is this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading guilty to the charge of lying to police involving a serious misdemeanor, a 93-day offense. That's a misdemeanor itself, punishable by up to 93 days, $500 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. You signed an advice of rights form or gave permission to have it signed on your behalf?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any questions regarding any of those rights?
No, Your Honor.
You understand that you're waiving or giving up all of those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
Yes, sir.
All right. Were you on probation at the time of this offense?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No, Your Honor.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
And also because you believe that you're guilty of this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
September 18, 2024, at the location of Dexter near Arcona in city of Milan, Washtenaw County, state of Michigan. What'd you do that makes you think that you're guilty of this offense?
I had lied to police officer.
Okay. How'd you come into contact with the police?
The vehicle that I was in had broke down. They had came to check out persons, and that's when I had lied to the officer about who I was.
Okay, you lied to the officer about your identity?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
And they were investigating a serious misdemeanor. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Counsel, are you aware of any other promises, threats, or other inducements which have led to this plea?
It's all on the record, Judge.
And have I complied with the protocol?
Have, Judge.
All right, court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Anything you or your attorney want to say before I impose sentence?
Just briefly, Judge, obviously, as Mr. Cook has indicated, Mr. Person has a 24-month probation in different counties that he's doing a variety of different activities that we think will help to address the conduct in this case. We think that a fines and cost sentence would be appropriate, and we ask the court to please consider that. I believe Mr. Person is very apologetic for his actions in this matter, and I think he's learned from it, and it won't happen again, Your Honor.
Fines and costs of $455. I'll suspend 93 days in jail. When do you think you can get that paid, sir?
I currently have a job right now, working part-time. I could probably get paid off 6 months to a year just because I'm paying also fines with my case here.
Can you pay 50 a month?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that's the way I'll do it. Defendant to pay $50 per month, beginning June 1. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. I don't
Thank you.
ever, ever. Court calls the case. People versus Asnan Wasim.
Attorney Feaster, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Mr. Hassan Was.
You're stalling, aren't you?
A bit. Mr. Watson.
I keep turning around enough, somebody will appear.
Here we go.
Madam Mackey, on behalf of Mr. Wasim.
All right, there he is. Your name, sir? Thank you.
Your Honor, we're requesting what?
What? Go ahead.
Requesting to adjourn this matter just one last time, Your Honor, please.
What's the purpose of the adjournment?
We're almost there on reaching resolutions.
And Your Honor, for the record on this case, there has been an offer tendered to public defender since the week of, that's been pending while we've been waiting for the defendant to check on the matter. So Your Honor, 2 months post that being made, either on our 4th or 5th adjournment for that purpose. So I would ask to grant adjournment for the purpose of checking on that. But this be the last one.
All right. June 4th, 2026, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
That's the last adjournment. Court calls the case, People versus Jessica Wilson.
People.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Noah Gago, intern at the Assistant Public Defender's Office, student at Loyola Chicago School of Law.
Hold on. Slow down, young pup. Go ahead.
What?
I know, so I've heard about him before he gets here. I have. None of it good.
Oh.
Go ahead, young man.
Seeking practice.
I don't even, what's your name?
Noah Gago, Your Honor.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Seeking permission to practice pursuant to Michigan Court Rule 8.120 under the supervision of Assistant Public Defender Torture Feaster on behalf.
Is that his title?
Sorry.
Is that his title?
My apologies, Your Honor. And my
Should I make him start over? No, okay, go ahead. We'll get through it.
Requesting.
This is taking a long time. I heard people like you go to Chicago Loyola.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't think they were that slow. Okay, sorry. No, go ahead. Go ahead, man. I'm listening. Wow, there are 2 of them up here with really a problem. Go ahead.
We're requesting adjournment for ongoing plea negotiations.
Did I grant permission to practice yet?
Oh,
No, I didn't. Just
sorry.
permission. Is this hurting you?
Yeah, a little
Are
bit.
you embarrassed?
Yeah.
Embarrassed by your uncle?
I gotta go back.
Okay, oh well. No skin off my back. Permission to practice is granted. Young man, where are you originally from?
Ann Arbor, Your Honor.
Really?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're from Ann Arbor?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're at Chicago?
That's correct.
Okay, where'd you go to undergrad?
Michigan.
Sorry.
University of.
Oh, sorry. Where'd you go to high school?
Ann Arbor Pioneer.
God bless you. All right. All right. You get to play in this sandwich. Okay. Go ahead. I knew we'd find something. Go ahead. What are we doing on this? Is your client here?
Our client was supposed to. Oh, there
I'm on Zoom.
Yes, ma'am. State your name, please.
Jessica Wilson.
Thank you. All right. What are we doing?
We are requesting a 2-week adjournment for ongoing plea negotiations, Your Honor.
All right. 2 weeks going to be enough?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have no idea. Roll call conference will be adjourned to May 28th, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond will continue. Thank you, Ms. Wilson.
Your Honor.
Thank you.
Her guy, he's like so far away from, he didn't do all that. Why are you fist bumping him? He did not do all that. Yeah, he made it through. What? Now he's gonna think he's something. Court calls the case, People versus William Workman.
Not to carry, I can really, on behalf of Mr. Workman, who is approaching. Mr. Workman, state your name for the record, please.
What was she trying to be slick about? Like if she kept it
under the table
low, that I wouldn't say.
Under the table.
Your name, sir?
William Workman.
Thank you. All right, what are we doing?
Judge, we just established contact with Mr. Workman with a new telephone number, so we're asking for an adjournment to review the.
Probable cause conference for June 11, 2026, 9 a.m.
Sure.
Bond continued. Thank you.
And Judge.
I see everybody shaking his hand. You didn't do nothing. No, didn't do nothing. He barely made it through the intro. And then he asked for an adjournment. What? Did great? They will encourage anybody. Court calls case People versus Rodney Young. Oh, there it is.
Joy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Mr. Young. Would you please state your name, sir?
Rodney Young. Thank you. I have before me a plea form that indicates that the defendant will be pleading no contest to the charge of indecent exposure. The 1-year offense. Upon a successful plea to that charge, count 1 would be dismissed. And there is an agreement that the prosecutor will recommend no upfront jail. And that's the court's full understanding of the agreement. Yes, sir. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, may I have him sworn?
That's right hand. Solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the stuff you got. State your name, please.
Rodney Young. Sir, it is this court's understanding that you're going to plead no contest to the charge of indecent exposure. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year incarceration and $1,000 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that? Yes, sir. Do you understand what a no contest plea is? Yes. 2 things about it I have to make sure that you understand. The first thing is it means that you're not further desirous or wanting to contest this charge. Do you understand that? Yes, sir. Second thing you need to understand is that for purposes of sentencing, the court will treat you the same as though you had pled guilty. You understand that? Yes, sir. You understand also, sir, that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge, and you would be sentenced before Judge Perry in the 15th District Court. Okay. All right. Basis for the no contest plea?
Potential civil liability.
All right. Understanding all of that, to the charge of indecent exposure, how do you plead? Guilty.
No contest.
No contest. You understand that by pleading no contest, that you'll not have a trial of any kind? Yes, sir. All right. You signed an advice of rights form?
Yes, that's.
Yes. Okay, you have any questions regarding any of those rights? No, sir. Look at paragraph 5. You'll see a copy on the podium. Those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand that by pleading no contest, you're giving up those rights as well as all the rights that are on that form.
Is that a yes, sir?
Yes, sir. All right. You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right? Yes, sir. Are you on probation or parole? No. All right. Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead? No, sir. Anybody threaten you or coerce you? No, sir. You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will? Yes. All right. Court has been provided and has reviewed Michigan Department of Public Safety report for their case number 2590302392. Any objection to the court having reviewed that report?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Based upon a review of that report, the court does find that there's a sufficient factual basis in which the court could determine defendant's guilt of this offense. Sir, I do have to advise you that if between the time I accept your plea and the time of sentencing, if you commit misconduct as defined under the Michigan court rules, 2 things would happen. First, you would not be able to withdraw your plea. And secondly, the court would not be bound by any sentence evaluation. You understand that, sir? Yes, sir. All right. Counsel, are you aware of any other promises, threats, or other inducements which have led to this point?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
And have I complied with the court rule? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of no contest. To count 2, correct? Yeah, to count 2.
Yes.
Count 1 is dismissed. Pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered at 15th District Court probation. Sentencing will be
8:30.
June 3rd, 2026, 8:30 before Judge Perry.
That's pretty.
Bond will continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bond continued. Thank you. Court calls the case People versus Jeffrey Thompson.
Hannah Mackin, we have Mr. Thompson. Your Honor, he stated that was going to be here, so we kind of that you pass this matter.
Really? What? Do you need any help, Joy? What do you think I was gonna do to her? Joy immediately got up, like she needed to protect Miss Mackey.
What were you gonna say?
You're asking.
I was like, let me jump in.
We spoke on the phone today and
All right. I will pass it, but this isn't gonna be like he's on a bus thing.
no bus.
Huh? Okay.
Bus.
If you come back saying he's on a bus, you're going with Alan. All right, I'll pass it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Calls the case People versus Jeffrey Thompson.
And I can be Mr. Thompson, who is here and approaching, Your Honor.
Oh, that is,
Hi, Judge Simpson. It's Jeff Thompson.
How you doing?
Okay.
All right. I have before me a plea form that indicates that he's going to be pleading no contest to the charge of malicious destruction of property, 200 to 1,000, a 1-year offense. On a successful plea count to that count 2, count 1 would be dismissed. And defendant agrees to enter into and complete mental health treatment court in the 15th District Court. That's the court's full understanding.
Yes, Your Honor. As the court I'm sure recalls, we started these some weeks ago and so we're looking forward to getting it done now. I'm not sure if we have a special sentencing date or not.
I don't. And did we receive a no
I will check in with this.
right now or? Oh, okay. All right.
I know he's been attending, is my understanding.
He hasn't started it yet. And the sentencing date that they gave already passed because it was supposed to be last time.
Okay. So, Mr. Thompson, have you been going to the court, mental health court?
My mistake, I thought he had been going to watch and apologize.
But I thought that was part of the prerequisite.
Right.
Last time he was supposed to, after the plea, reach out to the court so he can start, but because we weren't able to complete the plea, they didn't give a sentencing date. And so they're waiting for us to.
I'm not sure you're on.
Okay. No, I don't disagree with anything that you just said, Ms. Mackey, but my understanding is that prior to fully acceptance in the mental health court, they're required in a sense to view it to make sure that they want to be part of it.
I believe that there have already been some discussions with regard to his acceptance and that Miss Saab contacted indirectly when he was accepted, and that's the sentencing date that Ms. Mackey is referring to. And I did get a second one.
Okay,
but
that's fine. I mean,
May 27th.
May 27th. Okay. All right. I guess we'll go ahead and do it. Has everything been signed off on? He must be, because they accepted him, so let's hope.
They for sure accepted him. I was in contact with Miss Elder yesterday and she knows that he's pleading today and that I asked if he would still be able to go there and she said, yes, it's still, he just has to contact her afterwards.
Okay, let's have him sworn.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
State your name, please.
Jeff Thompson.
All right. Mr. Thompson, it's this court's understanding that you're going to plead no contest to the charge of malicious destruction of personal property, 200 to 1,000. Is that your understanding?
Your Honor.
All right, that's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year incarceration, a $2,000 fine. The fine could be increased to 3 times the value of the property destroyed. If that's greater than $2,000, that would become the maximum fine. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you understand what a no contest plea is? All right, 2 things about it I have to make sure you understand. First of all, it means that you're not wanting to contest this charge. You understand that?
Yes.
Second thing is that for purposes of sentencing, the court would treat you the same as though you had pled guilty. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Basis for the no contest plea?
Lack of recollection, Your Honor.
All right. You also understand that while I'm taking, I would not be your sentencing judge and you would be sentenced before Judge Garwood, I think?
Yes.
In the 15th District Court?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So to that charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
All right. Now you understand that in pleading no contest, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You signed an advice of rights form. Is that correct?
Yes.
Any questions regarding any of those rights?
I don't think so, no.
All right. Look at paragraph 5. You see a copy on the podium. Those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand that by pleading no contest, you're giving up those rights as well as all the rights of that form.
Yes.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, sir.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead?
No.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will.
Yes. Thank you.
Court has been provided, has reviewed Ann Arbor Police Department report for their case number 2460681. Any objections to the court having reviewed that?
Yeah. None, Your Honor.
Based upon a review of that report, the court does find that there's a sufficient factual basis in which the court could determine the defendant's guilt of this offense. Sir, I do have to advise you, between the time of my acceptance of your plea and the time of sentencing, that if you commit misconduct as defined under the Michigan court rules, you would not be entitled to withdraw your plea, and the court would no longer be bound by any sentence evaluation or recommendation. You understand that?
Yes.
All right. Counsel, are you aware of any other promises, threats, or other inducements which have led to this plea?
No, Your Honor.
And have I complied with the court?
You have, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of no contest to this charge. Count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered at 15th District Court. Sentencing in this matter will be.
27.
Do you have a time on that? Are those at 9? Miss Gaines? At 1:30. May 27th, 2026, 1:30, and that's before Judge Garwood, correct? Before Judge Garwood. Bond will continue. Thank you. Mr. Thompson, good luck to you.
Judge Simpson.
All right. Take care. Is that all? You don't have anything else?
But not.
So we had a new intern. That's the only law intern that you have?
That's here today, Judge, yes. But I do believe we have plenty more who are coming.
Who will be here?
That's.
But I only like him. I don't want any of the other ones.
We'll make sure we keep him assigned here then.
And get the other ones, like I don't want the other one.
Okay. All right.
Are they from Ann Arbor?
Oh, I gotta ask. I'll
If they're not from Ann Arbor and graduated from Pioneer, I don't want to talk to them.
I will.
All right.
I will do an extensive background check. Judge.
Can't set the bar high.
Okay.
Sorry.
You know, you got to set the bar high. Judge Simpson is just a riot sometimes. With all the heavy stuff we started out with, I had to end the compilation with a little bit of lighthearted Judge Simpson that I had just held over from, I believe it was Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday. That's what it was, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're interested in more court content, stay tuned because we are redirecting over to the old Wolfbot right after this. The Wolfbot's playing a bunch of stuff, just a crazy load. It's a huge compilation of things. I don't even know. It'll probably be running until we have our premiere tonight at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. And tonight's premiere, ladies and gentlemen, is a case that happened this week. It is another long case, kind of like the Judge Middleton case was. It's a little bit longer, actually, about around an hour and 30 minutes. It's with Judge Satterfield. Guy has a motion to make in front of Judge Satterfield, and it's a good lesson on how sometimes a motion seems like a good idea can actually bury you a little bit deeper and deeper in the mess that you're already dealing with. So come on by later on tonight, check that one out. I believe it might be a civil case. I'm not sure. It might be a criminal case, but you know, hey, it's an interesting case one way or the other. Tomorrow night, no, I had something planned. Is it in the planned videos? No. Is it in unused videos? It might be this Judge Hart. I'm not sure. But before it gets too late and this song runs out, I want to make sure to say thank you to a whole bunch of people. Marty Duvall, Kiernoth, Zach from Florida, EXP Range. Thank y'all very much for your donations today, contributions to this crazy compilation stream that we do every single day of the week except for Sundays. And make sure everybody, if you haven't done it already, put a big old happy birthday in the chat for Mama Wolfie. It's her birthday weekend, ladies and gentlemen. We're celebrating it all weekend, all week. We're actually celebrating it every day of the year because it's Mama Wolfie. And you know, why not? Ladies and gentlemen, all of my chatters, all the people who've been lurking, thank you so much for hanging out today. I can't say thank you enough. That's all there is to it. I'm just a guy of simple means, doing my thing, bringing these court cases to you. So, if you're appreciative and you like what you like, put a like down there, maybe subscribe to this channel, maybe subscribe to the other channel too. It all helps out. We do new video releases every single day, 4 a.m. noon. These are Central Times. We have lives every single day of the week at 8 p.m. Come on by, hang out with us. For now, I'm your host. These here little get-togethers. I am your curator for this here channel and others. And I am your lone wolf. And I am out. Y'all have a good one. Somewhere in here, there's a Ferris Bueller's Day Off reference just waiting to happen because I got nothing else and you're still here. And I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna hit the stop button. So, I think y'all need to get on over to the Wolfbot channel. Right meow. Right meow. Meow.